Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to get a bit vulnerable. I am going to share my story on what I know now versus before my abortion. I was never really sure what I would feel after my abortion, and I just remember being so terrified. I never really knew what emotions I'm going to feel after my abortion because I knew I'd never had an abortion before, and this was one of the biggest decisions in my life that I ever had to make. And so I just wanted to share how I was feeling before my abortion, how I felt straight after my abortion, how I felt months and even years after my abortion, and finally what I feel now that I've got a baby 10 years later. Before my abortion, I was terrified. I was told by my boyfriend at the time that I was going to be a single mum if I chose to keep this baby, but deep down I felt a pure sense of joy about this life that I knew was inside of me. I just knew that I felt happy to have this baby, and the first reaction my boyfriend at the time gave me was, well, there's no way we're keeping this baby. Abortion was the plan A for him. And for me, I just remember feeling so upset and rejected because I'd say 95% of me, probably 100% of me to be honest, wanted this baby, and I would have definitely kept it if I was supported by him to keep it, but I wasn't, and I was very, very pressured to abort my baby. I was so scared because, I did a lot of research online. I was looking up, how do people feel after an abortion? And I saw things like you're going to feel relieved, you're going to feel better, you're going to, this is all going to go away. And so I believed it. I believed these people. I went to the abortion clinic, and you have two visits. So you go there, well, when you're kind of in the early stages of the pregnancy still, you can have a DIY at home abortion. So you go to the abortion clinic on day one. They give you a pill to take that stops the baby from developing anymore. And then you go back, I think it's like a few days later, and you take the second pill. And by the time you get home, which is normally within an hour, your body goes into like this, it triggers a miscarriage. And so I remember on that day one going to that abortion clinic, even having, they scan you obviously to make sure that you're pregnant and there's a baby inside, and to see how far along you are. And I couldn't even look at the scan. I was so heartbroken. I was just so numb to the whole thing. I couldn't look at the scan. I found it so hard. Taking that first pill broke my heart, and I was just so sad, and I wanted to undo it. I didn't know what to do with myself, but I really regretted that pill that I took. I regretted it instantly. And then a few days later, I went back and took the second pill, and it was just such a heartbreaking thing. And I remember going into my miscarriage, this triggered miscarriage. Your body goes into labour basically. So I was in a lot of pain. I was like on the floor in my bathroom being sick. I just remember crying, and I remember trying to look for my baby in the blood clots, just trying to hold on to this baby that I never wanted to get rid of. So that was an emotional thing, really emotional process for me. I didn't take it lightly at all. It was not just a light, oh, here's a pill, here's a quick fix, all your problems are going to go away now. This was traumatic. It wasn't a nice time. And I've been through actual labour now with my current baby, and I was in 31 hours of labour with my baby that I've got now. But with my first baby, that was more traumatic than 31 hours of labour. So I hope that puts things into perspective, because at the end of it, I knew I was going to have this baby in my arms, whereas this horrible triggered miscarriage at home, it just felt empty and sad and devastating. And I remember trying to heal after. just not really knowing what to do with myself. I just remember like trying to go out with friends, trying to have fun, but inside I just felt so empty. I was 21 at the time, and so going out was like, the best thing to do with your friends, like going out to the pub, going out clubbing. But it just left me feeling so empty, and I just felt so heartbroken deep down. Weeks and months, I grieved this baby that I had. I know it was me that took the pill, but I really felt like I'd lost this baby. I remember just knowing the due date of my baby and just feeling so much grief around that due date. I actually had a work colleague whose baby was due near my due date that I was supposed to have, and just feeling so envious and so jealous that she was able to have her baby. I remember family members and friends getting pregnant around me, and I just felt, it's not nice to be jealous, but that is how I felt deep down, because my heart longed for this baby that I really wanted and that I never kept, and it really stuck with me. And even 10 years later, it still sticks with me. If I knew then what I know now, I would definitely say to myself, it's not a quick fix. This isn't going to go away. It's not something that just gets swept under the carpet. Your emotions are constantly involved. My emotions are going to be involved for the rest of my life. I'm always going to feel this hole in my heart where I knew I should have had this baby, and I knew I wanted this baby and I never did. I think if there's a big part of you that wants to keep your baby, but you're being pressured by anyone, or you feel alone, you feel frightened, because one of the things that made me cave into an abortion was the fact that I was thinking of myself as being a single mum and being in poverty and not having any help from the dad. That terrified me. But knowing what I know now, I would have just fought for that baby, because so what if you're a single mum? So what if the dad doesn't want to be involved? That baby, is going to love you so much, and your love for that baby will get you through. And having my baby now, I know how much joy a baby brings you into your life. I just kick myself. I'm like, why did I not keep that other baby? I've deprived myself of so much joy. I could have had this joy 10 years ago, but instead I robbed myself of that. I never got over my abortion, even though I've had therapy, I've had healing, but there will still always be my baby in the back of my head, because it's something you grieve, and grief, if you've been through grief before, you'll know that it doesn't just go away, it doesn't just end. Definitely knowing what I know now, I would have definitely kept that baby. I would have known it's going to work out. So what if money's not great for a few years? So what? Like, babies are so worth everything you are scared to lose. Having a baby now, financially things, yeah, are a bit tougher, but I'm a business owner, and I've had a really good career doing my business and everything. I'd give it up in a heartbeat, because my baby is so much more important than money. You can't put a price on time with your baby. You can't put a price on your baby. So if money and fears around money is a big factor for you, if you're watching this, then please know that as someone who's a mum now, you can't put a price on your baby. Your baby is priceless. And there are charities and organisations that I wish I knew about then, that I know about now. I wish I knew about them, because that would have given me hope and courage to keep my baby, and knowing that I'm not alone, and that this charity can come alongside you and help you financially and help you with things that you need, and support you and give you therapy and give you advice. I will tag those charities in the comments below. I think some of them depend on what country you're in. I'll send some for the UK and the US. If I'd known about those charities then, I probably would have had a lot of hope to keep my baby. But a huge and probably one of the major deciding factors for me was financial stability. Not having a baby doesn't guarantee you're going to be financially stable either. I didn't get financially stable for a very long time after my abortion. I could have had a baby and still done what I do now, because you can put a baby in nursery, you can, your child will eventually go to school one day and you can kind of start working again. So babies are priceless. That is what I know now. They are priceless. If there's that longing for my baby in my heart, it will never go away. And people say to me now, oh, well, at least you've got your baby now. And when I was pregnant, people would say, oh, you're pregnant now, it's all okay. Stop talking about your abortion now. No, my current baby will never replace my last baby. They're both supposed to be here. I want them both in my life. They're both, I can grieve my previous baby, but still be so happy about my current baby. But I will always grieve for that baby. And so I just want to encourage someone on here today that could be going through the same emotions that I went through. Please know that your baby in your womb is priceless. Don't listen to the fear, don't listen to the lies. There are charities out there that want to help you. You don't have to do this alone, even if the baby dad doesn't want to be involved, even if your own family are telling you to get an abortion. And if you don't want that abortion, you don't get it. Because that's what happened to me. I fell into that trap. I listened to the people around me. I let them pressure me into this. And it is my life that it has affected. And it is my baby it affected. And it took my baby from me. Just know that you are the person that is in control of your body and of your situation and of your baby's body that is inside of you. You don't need anyone pressuring you around you. There are people that want to help you. Message me. I want to help you. If you need help, please reach out to me. I had an abortion based on temporary feelings, and the results are permanent. They will stick with me forever. But once I had that abortion, afterwards, I just had these motherly instincts that I never had before, because you become a mum when you're pregnant, and I had all these new instincts and this longing and desire to be a mum. Suddenly it just happened like a switch. I thought I'd never be ready to be a mum, but the fact that I was pregnant, that made me a mum. And after that, I just had this loving desire for children. And I worked in a school after, and I loved children so much, and I longed for a child for so long after that. So I really hope this encourages you. Please message me, send me a message, comment below. If you are in my shoes and you're not sure what to do, please just talk to me, talk to someone. There are charities that I'm going to link below in the comments. You are not alone. There is hope in your situation. Just know that you are not on your own, and you will not be on your own through this. So thank you for watching. Please message me if you need support, if you need help. I would love to help you out in whatever way I can. And I will be back for more encouragement. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. And I'll see you soon.